Hello, my name is Rich. I use the he, him pronouns, and you're watching my YouTube channel where I play amazing tabletop role playing games with friends. Or you may perhaps be listening to the Open Hearth actual play feed where games that are played by not all of the games, some folks don't choose to record, totally cool, but a lot of the games that we play recorded and released on an audio only podcast feed. We're currently playing this portion of our Evergame over Zoom, voice and video. So I will invariably show some pictures. I'll try to describe them to keep you in the loop, but I may mess up, and I apologize. So I mentioned this thing Evergame. This is my exciting thing that we've got some awesome players participating in with us. What it is, the Evergame concept is a dual mode of tabletop RPG play every other week for a quarter, meaning 3 months, we will meet here over Zoom and play a live session for a few hours. Then the next day, we pick up either immediately after the scenes as they've concluded from our live session, or some time may pass. But we pick up with those characters, same story, same setting, playing by post on a website called Gamers Plane. I mention the website because I adore it. It's fantastic. It's a really good place to play by forum. So the Gamers Plane website is where we will play by post for the next 13-ish days. Usually I try to bring scenes to a close either the morning of or maybe the evening before our next live session. And we'll continue on like that in an ever game mode for the 3 months. And we did a session 0 already, and this is our first session with rolling dice and doing all that fun stuff. One thing that I'm just stating at the top so that we can marinate on it and we can talk about it over the Discord channel we have on the Open Hearth Discord or resolve it through some other way. But I've realized thinking about this, I haven't run Hit the Streets, Defend the Block, which is the game that we're playing, Evergame we're playing. I haven't run it in Evergame. And the way that Hit the Streets, Defend the Block experience points work is that at the end of a session, you answer a few questions and everybody gets XP based on those answers. I realized that that could limit, if we're only doing that on live sessions, it could limit the amount of XP that your characters get. So that's something to think about. A possible slow. Jen's already got a hand up. See, Jen's a really good game designer. So let's see. What are your
Working on it.
thoughts?
So my thought is that clearly the end of a session in this format is actually the day before the live play happens. So the session ends in the play-by post the day
Hmm.
before and starts anew on the live play.
I think that's a great direction. But let me talk about an unforeseen consequence that may happen. That means that we would talk about before the live session, dole out XP. Then after a live session, you get more XP. So you're getting XP in bunches. So just be mindful of that. Does that create a weird pattern of growth or is it totally cool? I think that's the best way to go, unless Mike, Jim, if you had alternate ideas or thoughts around it. Mike?
Not necessarily for end of session, but something to consider for an Evergame concept. Doing a recap at the start of the live session of what you did during the play-by post could be a way
Ooh,
to potentially earn XP and clue in the other people that maybe haven't read everything to pull out the details.
that is that is really good and helpful and a healthy thing
Previously,
to do. Okay, well, here's what we're going to do. Extemporaneous, not fair at all. So if you're like, please remind me, Rich will do his best to help. But I'm going to have each of you introduce yourself, tell us about your character, and give us a brief synopsis of what you've done in play by post. And by the way, we have a fourth player who participated in the play by post, couldn't make it for tonight's session, but should be at all future sessions. Zach, hope everything's cool, Zach. It was planned, so it wasn't a sudden absence, but just regardless, hope everything's cool, Zach. So I'm going to pick on you, Mike. You came up with this idea of the recap, which is brilliant, and I'm now going to codify it into our campaign document. But Mike, if you could introduce yourself, tell us a brief bit about your character, and then just give us a quick synopsis of what has happened for Sammy. Sorry, your character.
Sure. Yeah, I'm glad you didn't throw anyone else under the bus. It's too early in the session for that. I feel like we're going to have that at some point. Yeah, my name is Mike. I use he, him pronouns. I am playing Sammy, Samantha Stat, who is she uses she, her pronouns. She is an assistant archivist at the Museum of Moving Image. Last issue, we had she was struggling to come up with a short speech that she has to give at work regarding the Muppets. And we saw a nice, sweet scene of her and her dad talking through that over breakfast. And her dad helped to sort of unlock her ability to just speak at a moment's notice to somebody. Let's see how long that lasts, because she's not good at it. She is, yeah, she loves people. She's not great at people. She's not great at peopling with other people. So we got to see some of that. After that, we had a brief scene with Manticore and Sammy on patrol. A strange woman tried to attack General Ryan on the streets during restaurant week, and Manticore and Crosswalk were able to stop that seemingly for the moment. But Sammy fled the scene when the police showed up, and Manticore was left in the floodlights with this strange blonde woman.
Strange blonde woman that I couldn't help myself once I saw a comic panel of this character in action, and I literally just threw it onto into the scene. It delighted me. I cackled when I got the opportunity to show a woman in a tan trench coat holding both fingers out and actually shooting bullets. No gun in her hand, just pointing at you, pow pow, and bullets came out. So awesome. Thank you so much, Mike. You did a great job. I'm going to go to the man with the gift of gab. Jim, if you could introduce yourself, tell us a bit about your character and a brief synopsis of what might have happened in play by post with your character.
Yeah, sure. I'm Jim Crocker. I use, as Rich would say, the he, him pronouns generally. But I won't get upset if you're using they, them more generically. That's totally fine with me too. Um, Rich and I go way back, but strangely, Jen and I actually go back further, uh, which is which
I have
is
seniority on you, Rich.
just kind of funny. And Mike and I don't go back terribly far, but we did play a Star Trek game together that was that I feel like he's one of my gamer friends now. So this is a great crew. I am playing Swoop. Not the name he chose, but it's whatever, not the name he wanted, but it's the name he deserves, I think is probably, let's say, someone at the Daily Bugle. But he's got a flight suit that has kind of sort of like Falcon style wings, but they're not like he's not like jetpacking around or anything. It's all manipulation of gravity because he has a kind of alien cosmic cube like battery that he uses to power all of his tech that he's been tinkering with ever since he found it, at the site of a, like blown away from the site of like an Avengers fight or something like that. I mean, technically you're supposed to turn something like that into Shield, or maybe, like call that Tony Stark hotline. But hey, he just got to tinkering with it and he kind of forgot, and now he's got this swoop suit. I am unique. I don't know if unique, maybe, like I am the only one of our characters who is more comfortable, more effective as a normal guy, as a civilian, than as a super person. And for the most part, I'm spending most of my time kind of, just going to work. We've kind of established that he's an engineer. He's got engineer brain, very organized, very meticulous. Um, uh, I don't know that, like, he's certainly not bad with people, but for the most part, he'd much rather be hanging out by himself in his workshop tinkering with stuff. It's not that, and it's not necessarily that he's agoraphobic or anything like that, but just finds that stuff just kind of endlessly fascinating. And so we kind of our first scene was sort of a, Stash just hanging out at the phone repair store where he works. I You Break, I Fix, a which is a kind of a franchise operation that is sort of all over the country, and so in this particular one is owned by a Korean gentleman whose daughter works there. Stash is friends with the daughter, and kind of got tangentially involved in a cheating scandal that's going on in the local school system right now. That was a thing that we kind of came up with in our session 0 for like, there's some kind of a crisis with the education system, what's going on? And we decided that like a cheating scandal would be kind of a cool thing. We don't know how far down the rabbit hole that goes or whether parents are involved or teachers or anything like that. But Stash did manage to clear the name, at least as well as he could, of one of the young men whose computers he took a look at, went on home. And that was like, I guess, like our introduction to him as a character. Then we went on home, and while he was working on his suit, um, got a notice that popped up that our arch nemesis, the Clout Chasers, one of them, a woman by the name of Ripper, who, Rich, I don't know where you found this thumbnail, but I presume it's a professional wrestler of some kind. Um,
It is
like
indeed.
but she's got that vibe. She gives off, Lady WWE vibes, very much so. And I laughed, Mike, when you said something about somebody getting thrown under a bus because her stunt is she has stolen a city bus, brought it up onto the top of a parking garage, and she's gonna like knock it off of the garage, swing it, do some kind of thing where it makes some huge smash and film it in slow motion from multiple angles and all this kind of stuff. And Stash doesn't really care about the bus. He just wants to make sure nobody gets hurt and the restaurants don't get too disrupted and all this kind of stuff and everything. And so that is where we find ourselves, is Stash trying to figure out how not to be literally under a bus when this goes down. Just kind of where we left it, like things like literally teetering on an edge as Stasha's trying to like clear people out of there just to make sure no one gets hurt. That's where we ended up.
Oh my goodness, the Zoom chat is hot. There's so many funny bits happening there that it's just delightful. Awesome. Thank you, Jim. That was a fantastic synopsis. This is definitely becoming part of our culture and the thing that we need to do going forward. Thank you, Mike. Jen, please introduce yourself. Tell us about your character and what she did in the last couple weeks of Play Post.
All right. Well, I'm Jen. I use she, her pronouns, and I am playing Magdalene Milanes, who also uses she, her pronouns. I'm trying to practice saying her last name because I say Magda, Magda, Magda a lot, and I need to keep the whole thing in mind. Otherwise, I'm going to forget it. But Magda is also known as Shinnok. The Shinnok is a sort of hereditary-ish title that sort of meanders around her family line as a fox spirit that her family brought. We're going to say brought, but let's just say that it was kind of a mutual situation. Brought from Ireland to the US around like 1904-ish. Has just continued to have a little relationship. And once a generation, there is a new Shinnok. And turns out it's Magda, who is otherwise a tremendous theater kid and a voice instructor slash singing coach by trade. And previously, she had gone from training Don B, a young girl who is super enthusiastic and such a good, bright kid, for whom Shinnok would, jump in front of a city bus for, etc., etc. Yep, she's best girl. So they had a lesson, and that went super. Dunby's reaching a point where probably she can be in a musical as a supporting character, which, for somebody who started as recently as she did, just good progress. And of course, I got to go into a lot of Magda's sort of philosophy as an instructor, which is very, hey, if I'm training a kid, I'm not the slave of their stage mom. I work for the kid, and the kid wants to have fun singing, probably, and I know that they need their voice to be protected. So we're just going to do the stuff that gives them a strong foundation, and we don't push them too hard too fast, and we just focus on that. Because if they can sustain that love and that good strong foundation into their adulthood, who knows what'll happen? Good things maybe. But otherwise, yeah. Uh, but the session had a little fly in the ointment when Danby's father, Don Minho, got a disturbing phone call in the middle of the session and seemed to have some kind of problem, some kind of stressful, sweaty problem, and had to leave and foisted Dunby on Magda for babysitting duties, which fair enough for almost nobody else would she do this. That's not true, actually. She would probably do this for a lot of people, but damn it. Uh Here today she means it. And took care of that. Took Denby to her house where her mother was ready to help her do some homework, maybe watch some Carmen Sandiego or Daniel Tiger when she was all done. And in the meantime, Magna went snooping to the antique store that Minho runs, used to run with his wife, doesn't anymore. Reasons probably to do with organized crime. In fact, we've confirmed it. And manages a delightful trick to get Minho to not get shot by the Korean mafia, which you gotta respect the yappers. It worked. And now, after some discussion, after some talking him down off of a ledge, pretty sure that Dunby is going to go to be with her mom for a while. Not sure where Minho's going to go, but I know that Magda is going to go to suit up as soon as possible to start helping Stosh, actually, because the warehouses are going to stay in the place that they've already been. And that missing mask that the Korean mafia is looking for, that's probably also going to stay where it is. Inertia is real. So, and that bus is going to demonstrate it in
Very
a worse way.
logical.
Yeah,
All these choices make sense.
There's a literal countdown for that bus, so yeah.
There is. And
Uh,
that is fantastic. Another great recap. Thank you so much, Jen. So, I now need to come up with some ruling for XP, and I will just kind of look at normally folks get 2 to 3. So we're just going to start off saying 2 XP for each of you for your wonderful recaps. We may tweak this the next time we do a live session, but this is a good extemporaneous choice, a good ruling. Here we go. We start with the countdown because I love that idea as we see people on the street of Bell Boulevard. By the way, this is set in Bayside, Queens. One of the neighborhoods in Queens is an upper middle class neighborhood. And it is during restaurant week. So there would be more people. Normally restaurant week is an annual thing. I don't know if it's real. We made it up. But normally for our Bayside, it's a very popular thing. Unfortunately, and we didn't realize how true to life we were going to be, but
Oh yeah, how on the
during
nose that was when we came up with it. Yeah.
someone said, "Hey, outside one of the pieces of block, all the letters of block standing for things outside. Let's tag a bit of a calamity there. And someone, I can't remember who, said, "Hey, maybe it's bad air. The air quality isn't great." Hey, if someone even mentioned maybe Canadian wildfires. Oh goodness. Oh, how life imitates art and vice versa. So Restaurant Week is slightly impacted by that. Some folks wearing particle masks, other folks just staying home. But there are a good number of folks out because the restaurants on Bell Boulevard running specials, offering free giveaways, keeping their doors closed so the air conditioning is filtering everything out. There was a crowd of young-ish folk who had started to gather around Bell Boulevard because near this parking garage where Ripper had dragged a bus. Pretty, pretty momentous activity that in and of itself. Where did she get the bus? I'm not sure yet. But we begin with someone with their phone. I don't know if you've the people that like on commercials awkwardly show their phone in ways that normal humans never show their phone to other humans. There's a person holding their phone with the countdown. Exactly. The countdown of the stream is about to start soon. And we see I'm very excited about my goofy little 32-bit style image of Ripper
That's
there with the
also so
countdown.
cool. Yeah. And that because that was the first one I saw.
Right.
I because I didn't see that it was actually a J whatever like a 16-bit thing you made from an actual photo. So I thought you would like found that from some old wrestling game somewhere or something like that. That's
I'm
awesome.
sure. So I can't take credit for Ripper.
Yeah.
Jen reached out to me and said, "Wouldn't it be cool if Rhea Ripley, I don't know
Yeah.
if I'm pronouncing her name right,
Okay.
if Rhea Ripley of WWE was mixed in the cloud?" I'm like, "Yes, that is cool. That is now happening. I'm doing it right this minute."
Okay.
So, great
All right.
idea. I snagged it. So Ripper's countdown, 32-bit avatar going, and we see Stosh, and you had described his super suit, his flight suit, as looking a little Tron-ish. It's got
Yeah,
that
it's kind of
cool
looks like
lines.
a Tron suit. Like it's I mean,
Yeah.
Stash is a big guy. He's kind of got a, whatever. He's like late 30s, something like that. He's got a bit of a like a dad bod. He's a guy who used to play football, right? And he is,
Hmm.
and so um would uh
Sweet. Uh,
um
but yeah, you're trying to disperse the crowd so that the bus toss doesn't end up
yeah,
causing
like
great
we
damage.
don't know where Ripper got that bus, but I'm hoping Shinnok can come up with suggestions for where she can put it. So
It is
Forget the
evening.
bus, Ripper. Do that to me. Crush me.
Might be a
So
little bit
we
of bleed going on there, folks. That's
what? Ulterior motives. What? I think Crosswalk, you are the first to appear. We've got a little bit of special effects budget for the appearance of Crosswalk. How does she come onto the scene with some of the crowd dispersing because but they haven't all quite yet. There are people milling about. Why is that guy in the super suit yelling and what's it's the bus and everything? And how does Crosswalk appear?
So, Crosswalk has a short-range teleportation power that goes through pavement, and I described it in the play-by post as looking like somebody falling through the ice on a
Love that.
frozen lake. So she just kind of falls like a. I'm envisaging that there was various teleportation powers in the original Mortal Kombat games that looked like this, like you just kind of fall out of the ground and then just pop up somewhere else in the same kind of manner. It's almost like somebody's just taken the footage and reversed it. So she just kind of slips up out of the pavement somewhere, looking kind of awkward, and probably grabbing hold of a wall as if worried that she's about to fall back into the ground.
Does she have any kind of domino mask or ski mask or balaclava or anything to hide? Because I know we talked about it being secret identity stuff, so I'm curious, does Crosswalk have any kind of this isn't Sammy? Here's my culpable deniability.
Yeah, so I think she's dressed mostly in all black, but it's kind of like black jeans and a black jumper, kind of black hoodie kind of thing. Like she hasn't really developed a full costume of any description. She does have a mask. It's kind of like a thin black scarf that's got eye holes cut out of it. So she
A,
looks
a
more or
Zorro
less kind of like
mask.
a weird, like a weird Ninja Turtle almost. But we also established she's still wearing her glasses, so the glasses are on the outside of the mask, so she can still
Fantastic.
see.
Sammy can't be Crosswalk. Crosswalk looks terrified all the time. That's Sammy only looks nervous. Clearly, they're not the same person.
Obviously. Sweet.
Mhm.
And just for economy of space, I'd love for Shinnok to make an appearance. How does she come onto the scene and arrive at Bell Boulevard to help out with the rest of the team?
Well, with a feet of 3 and hands of 1, I'm running. I'm doing a little light parkour. It's New York, so parkour actually does do some things for you because the urban fabric is dense and interesting enough. Yes, I'm doing some rooftop hops. I I'm local, so I know which fire escapes do what,
Dope.
and which ones don't.
Where all the best drain pipes are.
Well,
Yeah.
the best drain pipe. Yet it's well, that's Métis. That's the deep knowledge. That's the knowledge of being.
All right. Fantastic. So we have the three members of the team gathering together. And I had already declared, so I don't want to countermand my declaration of the difficulty to get folks to disperse, to go about their businesses and not be targets of opportunity for a bus. So that difficulty for Stosh to convince folks, hey, if just pulling from the scene, attention everyone, you need to clear the area as soon as possible. There's a garbage truck that went through a barrier in the garage that's going to fall into the intersection any second now. I love that. That's such a very extemporaneous, great excuse. Set the difficulty at good, so you'll need 3 pals. And this will be our first live use of the die roller. I'm very excited about this. Maybe more excited than I should be.
No,
But
you forgot the thing I added on to the end of the garbage truck, which
I,
is
which is?
it's full.
Yes, that's why it's good and not a
Yes.
higher
Yeah.
difficulty.
uh,
Cool. So
all right.
we start with you building the role, and then Crosswalk and Shinnok can assist if they want. The way that they would assist is they would contribute a spark. They would basically spend a spark out of their current start spark total that will build into the role later. So we start with your team role. Are you fulfilling your role as tech support?
This isn't no, that's not what I'm doing here. I don't
Are
think.
you being normal or are you being super?
I'm being super. This is super stuff. This is clearing. This is clearing an area of civilians before somebody drops a friggin'
I'm,
city bus on it.
I'm
So
sorry to
yes,
say
that
you are
is, yeah.
100% right. So check
Yes, yep.
the checkbox to the right of be super.
Be super. I got that.
Awesome. And then which stat do you think you're bringing to bear? Head, jaw, heart, hands, feet, or tools?
Um, so this is heart. I'm trying to protect people. 100%. That's what I'm
Absolutely.
trying to do.
Feels right.
Yep.
Jaw or heart. I was laughing because I realized, oh crap, they're both one. He's bad
They
at
are.
this. He's so bad at this. I adore that
I'm
you're trying
I'm
so
I'm yes.
good. Okay. Do you think either of the two powers that you have
Well,
help you in this?
let me ask you. Yes. So I was going to ask if I could bring my powers in because um you know uh the flight is what allows me to like kind of hover in the air and get everybody's attention and wave at them and stuff like that. But
Absolutely.
specifically gadgets, what I was thinking what I do with the gadgets is that allows me to like send out a signal that like where my voice can come out of every cell phone within 100 yards or something like that, saying, you know,
Totally.
attention, this is this is for real. Everybody's got to get out of here. It's, make their phones squawk at them and stuff like that.
If you're going to be
Yeah,
super, then using those powers is definitely the benefit of
exactly.
that.
Yes,
Now,
yeah. And
I would just let everybody know, I've already said that tension isn't involved in the role. That said, a lot of times, if there might not be tension, but someone's bringing superpowers to bear, it often adds tension. But
mhm.
I think the particular use of this is just for
Yeah,
communication and being visible. So I'm going to
that's
stick with
legit. Yeah.
there's no tension.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not trying to like mess with her camera
Exactly.
feed or anything like that because I like anything I'm just sort of assuming anything I do to provoke her is going to in fact provoke her. So
It's true.
which is not not where I
She's
want to go right now.
very
So
provoked.
I will
Cool. So check both of those check boxes by the powers.
okay. I'll do that.
Boom. And now your total dice that you would be rolling is 6. You
Okay.
can make a decision of spending either of the 2 spark that you currently have, or you can hold on to those because when you run out of spark, you're borderline.
I am just curious how we arrived at 6.
How we arrived at 6. So you have one for
Does say
being
6 up
super.
top. One for
It
being
does.
one for
One
being
for
super. Yeah.
heart, and then you
Okay.
get 2 dice for each power that you brought to bear.
Got it. Okay. Oh, I thought you got one just for like you kind of anteed
Nope.
up to one
You
just for
don't get one
no.
for
Okay.
trying. It's
Okay. All
not
right.
Lady
Okay.
Blackbird.
Okay. All right. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Cool. Okay. Oh, you know what? I might have been thinking, you know what? Because when other people were doing regular stuff, they started with one because they're all super
Normal.
people. Because I was reading the other post, I'm like, well, you start with one, and then we do this and that and the other thing, and I'm like, oh, well, I mean, I start with three, so that's
That's a good
but
point.
this is where the shoe is now on the proverbial other foot here.
Great. You're
So,
doing great.
and then to roll it, I
Well, let's
do
pause for a
well.
second
Oh, okay, that's
because
right. But see if I
Crosswalk
can
and
get some help
Shinnok are
here.
now
Yeah,
on the scene, and if
yeah.
either of them want to chip in some way, then they
Spark me
could
up.
throw you a
Yeah.
spark.
Absolutely. 100%.
Okay.
I am diving into the area feeling like I'm quite late
So
and
you will add a spark. So what I'm doing, I'm in your character keeper position there with the spark spent on this roll, and
oh,
that is a 1. It's not going to reduce your 2. It's just adding to the actual roll in
okay.
underneath swoop. So you dropped yours from 7 to 6 for Shinnok. Thank you very much. And then last pause is to check in about Sammy. Sammy, you think 7 dice is good enough? You want to let it ride, or do you also want to throw one in?
I'll throw one in as well. I think Sammy is just gonna go and point out Swoop to people that maybe aren't paying attention, like sort of tap them on the shoulder and point up.
That's great. Awesome. So you're
So I'm gonna
spending a spark.
spend one there as well.
Oh, yeah, you'll actually drop it from your current spark. The roll is happening underneath swoop. So you now are 8 dice. And whenever you're ready to roll, Jim, you just check that click to roll box
Click to
and
roll. Boom.
oh, interesting. So you should be very thankful that tension was not involved because you rolled 3 ones. Wow.
Ew, yeah.
But because of the help that you received,
I
you
got
ended up with 3 successes or 3
I got the 3 pows. Yep, yep.
Exactly.
I always assume that the best dice I roll are always the ones that other people provided me with. And that helps keep me humble. So, yeah.
Awesome. So you didn't have to spend any spark, and the other 2 have already reduced their spark. So that's fantastic. And that is a success. So to define the success, you were trying to get everybody to pay attention to you and get out of Ripper's way. And with Crosswalk reminding folks you're not helping out, they do. And the street is cleared enough for Ripper to be able to go just as the countdown timer drops. Shinnok, you're up and you have a bit of visibility to where you're watching Swoop pull off this heroic act of please don't crush the people, Ripper. You see Crosswalk as she's tapping people on the shoulder and pulling them away from their phones so that they will get off of the street.
I know that's such an emotional stretch for her. I'm so proud.
She's talked to several strangers and didn't pass out. But you recognize that there is another cloud chaser here among the crowd. Um, you recognize him not like Theo, isn't super noticeable. In fact, of the clout chasers, he's the most average Joe looking. However, when he puts his helmet on, um, that is when you recognize him as Rebar. Uh,
Oh,
yeah,
whoever
Rebar.
that is.
I'm
Oh
gonna
no,
show a pic of
I
Rebar.
see that. Oh,
Right. There's a pic of Rebar there with this big silverish helmet that might look a little familiar for
yeah,
Marvel fans,
it's
but
very
it's okay.
smooth.
It is a little smooth, but do what I can. Do what I can. Try to do some art creation there. But Rebar is here, and he hasn't dispersed, but he is hanging back, and he seems to either he's a spotter or a backup, or maybe he's here to foil something that Ripper's doing. Hard to tell. But that's something that you notice from your vantage point, Shinnok, as
Hmm.
Ripper sees that everybody's moved out of the way, and that's when the stream goes live. She hefts the bumper and kind of lifts part of the, and it's physics is her superpower is breaking the laws of physics because the bus doesn't break in half,
They do
and
that. That's what
should
power be do.
exactly. But she like I can't remember those locker days, the things where they take the saber tossing,
Oh,
the
caber tossing.
cable. Thank you. I knew that's what it was. Yes, tactile telekinesis. That's fantastic. Yeah, so she kind of cable tosses the bus forward. It goes end over end, and there's some folks on like Kalshi who've bet the number of rotations that she can get out of this bus before it hits the pavement. And when the bus lands, it lands kind of ass first. And unfortunately, has enough weight and force that the pavement crumples and it goes down into the street about 6 seats deep. Uh, some water sprays up around it. And sorry, Mike, it's made me laugh with very good commentary.
You're fired.
You're hired. That's what I like to say. Uh,
Hmm. Makes it
that's
your responsibility now.
right. I'm not paying you, but you're an intern. An intern for bad puns. That makes me
Yep.
happy.
Yep.
Sweet. So it's a mess. Um, and Sammy, people are like freaking out. A few of the car alarms of the cars that were parked there go off. And then you feel underneath your feet. Sammy's you're the only one on the street of the three PCs. But you feel things start to rumble a little bit. What do you do?
Uh, things are rumbling a little bit. I think
Yeah,
she's gonna tentatively approach the bus and just see if she can see if it's created some kind of hole. She wants to see, like, has it hit the subway? Has it gone down far enough for that?
there is not a subway line here as you move forward, but it did drop down into the sewer. So you
Oh,
can see, yeah, there's like sewer water rushing past the bumper, and you see now that the pavement is starting to vibrate a little bit more, and there are chunks of the pavement that are falling off, splooshing into the sewer water. Ripper is up on the parking garage, celebrating and mugging for the camera. And she's declaring the amount of clout points that she got for that because she got 3 full fucking rotations. She counted it herself, and yeah, you hear in the distance that the police that you escaped not long ago, maybe there are some more of them because they've definitely been called now that the pavement is broken. Uh,
Hmm.
So what do you do, Sammy? What do you do, Crosswalk?
So I'm intrigued by this rumbling and concerned by it. So I think she just kind of goes down on one knee, puts her hand on the ground, and I just want to see if I can figure out where it's coming from.
Ooh, this is a thing I think you definitely could do. I don't think tension is quite yet involved. I'll say it's a good difficulty, specifically because you, Crosswalk, are in touch with pavement in a way. So let's have you
Hmm.
build a quick roll here. I see that you've defined your role as being the compass for the team. I like that a lot. That's
Hmm.
great. Are you being a compass here? Are you fulfilling your role?
Um, ooh, maybe I think she's trying to get a feeling for what is the true danger here,
I buy it. That
because
absolutely makes sense to me.
Ripper is going to grandstand a bit. They're probably not a problem unless we engage with them. But they may have triggered something. They may have caused something. Yep, so I'll take that.
Okay.
Is this being normal or being super?
I
I
don't know.
guess
You get to
trying
tell
to.
me.
I feel like this is being super. You mentioned that this is being more in touch with pavement and concrete.
Yep,
Uh,
Yeah.
that works.
I'm gonna take that. I think a
Yeah.
normal person probably can't tell this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, think this is head in terms of stats. This is
Yeah.
perception, deduction, reason. It's actually a pretty good roll for me, but I don't feel like either of my powers kind of
You're not
engages with
teleporting
this.
and you're not hardening your skin. Okay, cool. Do you want to spend any spark out of your 7 total that you have right now to give you extra dice? Right now your die total is at 7, the difficulty is 3. 3 pals needed.
I will spend one just to bump my odds a little bit here.
Okay.
I
Click
think
that
that'll do me.
click that die to roll when you're ready. And
Got my
that,
three.
thank goodness tension wasn't involved. But yeah, 3 pals, exactly what you need. So you reach down, feel the pavement, and we see this the camera tracking or the comic book panels, what have you, whichever the medium you prefer. It zooms across, and you see there is rebar. He is generating some of this seismic activity, um, and it looks like he is starting slow, but trying to build up some inertia. And he's being subtle about it versus Ripper in that he's just hand down on the ground. He does have the helmet on, but otherwise isn't putting forth a lot of physical exertion demonstration. He doesn't act like Ripper does. But it looks like he's trying to widen that hole possibly. What do you do?
So you mentioned that Shinnok had seen Rebar, and
That's
now I
right.
can sense him.
And
Would I
role
know it
playing.
as him?
Hmm?
Can I see him?
Yes, you can see his helmet. Like you see the fading sunlight bounce off of his helmet as he is in kind of near one of the alleys across the way from where you had come from. We'll check in with Shinnok in just a
Okay.
second.
Yeah, well, in that case, I mean, Sammy's go-to move would be to contact the other two. We've established we had a comms system in
Yes, you
place during
do.
the play-by-post, so
Thank
she
goodness,
would sort
Swoop,
of
and your high tech guy.
she would tap an ear and say, "Swoop, Shinnok, it looks like Rebar is down here shaking things up more than Ripper."
I see him, and I'm gonna go say hello.
Sweet. Um, in my head canon, he's across the street from the parking garage. So do you think you approached Shinnok from the parkouring across on the side where Ripper was, or you are nearer to Rebar?
Um, hmm. I
Stop thinking
was,
so much to know you're going to roll a die.
I know. Uh, well, I have a handy dandy decider for these things, and I can't drop it. Red, I'm on Ripper's side of the street,
Okay, so
but
you
that's
glanced across the way and saw Rebar.
yep.
You've got eyes on him. Crosswalk sees him as well, and you hear this swoop over the comms.
And I'm going to project my voice specifically just to Rebar.
Nice. Not
That's
even
so
a roll.
cool.
That's a
That's
thing you
awesome.
do.
That's a
What
cool
What do you
power.
say?
Yeah.
Good evening, Rebar. How are you doing?
Would he know Shinnok's voice? I assume yes, but I want to make sure that you are on board with that.
Yeah, yeah. If we've ever encountered, like,
Okay.
when Magda becomes Shinnok, Shinnok is mouthier than she is.
Well,
Just to put a really fine point on it, a lot of the things that she doesn't say in public, they come out.
oh, that's awesome. I can't wait to see more of this. Yeah, his head snaps up. He doesn't know to look up. He just hears it. He looks behind himself. What the hell are
I'll
you?
see you soon.
He hasn't removed his hand from the pavement, and the rumbling across the street is growing
I'm
more
hurrying up.
active.
Yeah.
Swoop. Um, you got Ripper to chill out. She doesn't look like she's doing anything more at the moment, and just got a heads up from Crosswalk that Rebar is around.
Uh, Point him out to me. I say to I say to them, where is he?
Shiniest head in the crowd, this street, between shop and shop.
Okay.
Sure enough, look across. You can spot him. He is on. He's taking a knee, and he has a hand on the ground. You know, because you're a tech guy. It seems like he has better connection to the earth with his seismic powers when he's physically touching it.
Sure. So I am going to um quickly drop from the air and move towards him. I need a better word for that. Um
Swoop down
uh,
on him.
yes, I will swoop down, and as I see him, I'm just gonna, and kind of what we established in the play by post is that um the wings are not like Falcon heart suit wings. They're essentially like magnetic. It's like a kind of a plane of magnetic fields that I like kind of direct with my arms and can, through the suit determine. So, I'm not beholden to like inertia and, the normal rules of like lift and all that kind of stuff and everything. So I just, just whew, drop and fume. And I'm just going to do my best to just pluck that helmet off his head on the way by.
Oh snap! That is that is a thing he does not want to happen. I think that tension will be involved in that role because
Sounds like it to me.
yeah, that is a thing that will make him unhappy about stuff and things. I've cleared out all the dice. I don't know of a way to systematically or programmatically clear all the checked boxes other than going in and rechecking them. So that's what I did to help clear things out. Let's build your roll.
Yeah.
But yes, tension is involved. He is going to um, react. I think he will just literally try to hit you. You are in the air. So
Yep.
I'm going to say this is only a remarkable difficulty. If you guys were on the ground, it
Mm-hmm.
would be a more challenging
Yep.
action.
Yeah. See, when you're fighting a seismic guy, not on the ground, seems like the place to be. That's yeah. All right. So I feel like I am fulfilling my tech support role because I'm taking his tech away from him.
It's true. I feel that too.
For this particular one anyway, we got that. I'm still not great at the super stuff. I'm still learning how to do that.
I could
Uh,
see you easily making a case of using your tools right here because you're swooping down in your super suit.
um, I was going to use hands.
That makes just as much sense.
'Cause like,
Grabbing it.
when I played football, like if you look at Jason Siegel, like tall guy, broad shoulders, he's a tight end, I feel like. And so, like especially not a linebacker or something like that. But like I think good hands, the kind of guy that could you know, like an errant pass, get it with a couple of fingertips and then kind of, roll it down his arm so that he could get a hold
These
of it and
were
stuff. And so this is just
good
like
hands.
yes, yeah. So this is just whoop. So I'm gonna use hands on that. And I'm gonna use my I'm using my super suit, so I'm gonna do
For sure.
that. I don't think there's any, there aren't any other gadgets to,
It's
to bring to
true.
bear here.
So you are looking at total of 7 dice right now
Yep.
against a difficulty of remarkable. So you need 4 successes. Now, tension is involved, which means that for every one that you roll, that will draw down your spark. So we could reach Pyrrhic victory phase where you get a success, but have so many ones that you're out of spark. It still means
Hmm.
you succeed. It just means
Yeah.
that you're like
Yeah.
border. Like it took
Yeah.
a lot out of you.
So,
Um, yeah.
so can I pause just for a moment? Since this
Mhm.
is not a thing that we have really talked about. If one wanted to recharge one spark, how would one do that?
Great question. There are several methods to refresh your spark. And maybe refresh connotes that you have a max, but you don't, as we've
Or
discussed in
reload or
pre-pop
whatever it
post.
is.
Yeah,
Yes. Yeah.
reload
Yeah.
gets you more spark.
Yeah.
The primary ways, sorry, are you can do sorry, I will read from the book because I
Yeah. No
may
worries. That's all
misstate. So
good.
give me just a second to grab that up. Where are you?
Oh,
Basically,
rekindle is a good that's a good game design
Kindle.
term for
I
getting your
like that a
spark back. Yeah.
lot.
Yeah.
Thank you for that suggestion. That's fantastic. I will snag that. There you are. Hit the streets rules, and so there's a bonding scene, which means that you have a scene with another member of your team, another
Cool.
PC.
Yeah.
Um, that can happen in flashback. So that is a possibility. The other two are scenes such as doing some charity work. This
Oh,
is
like
a scene
neighborhood
like a
stuff.
downtime,
Yeah,
exactly
sure.
neighborhood
Okay.
type
Got
stuff,
it. Got it. Got it. Okay.
and then patrolling the neighborhood, which is
Oh,
just
okay.
quick little
Okay.
pocket scene of like,
Cool.
okay, I'm gonna patrol the neighborhood, and we even have a little D6 table of potential events you could run into. In my head is the Spider-Man where he runs into the Avengers mask wearing thieves, and he gets to be
Yeah.
cool and
Sure.
awesome, and make
Yep.
quips about Thor, and the like. That's what the neighborhood patrol. But
100%.
generally, in this current situation, um, this feels like you could try to pocket in a bonding scene if you want,
Not
or
right
if
this
it
second.
doesn't feel
No, I was
appropriate, you
just
just know
curious
what it
since
is.
since
Yeah,
since it sounds like I might run out here. I just kind of
yeah.
wanted to know once I hit zero what I
And
will.
bonding scenes also, I literally stole the idea of how it's adjudicated from a wonderful game that I know you love, Night Witches. You do
Yep.
a bonding scene and with two or more superpower beings PCs, there's 5 spark that would be rekindled,
Yep.
and then you guys get to split it up however you want.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
Yeah, I
Okay.
like it too.
So, Sammy, can you maybe soften the pavement around his feet to make it harder for him to, um, uh, whatever, get his hands on me? Maybe get him a little stuck or something like that. Or
Not a thing I can explicitly do.
oh, okay.
I
Soften the
can I
pavement.
can
Oh,
tip.
that's true. You could just move through pavement. You can't really affect pavement.
Yeah.
Now, you could maybe pop up next to him. That'd be pretty startling. But I do
Hmm.
know that Shinnok is at the very least going to make it sound like Swoop's coming from a different angle
Oh, neat.
and
That's
like,
cool. I will
yeah,
take I will take
spend a
that.
spark on you.
I will take that spark. So I'm gonna put one under
Hmm.
for spark spent there, right?
Hmm.
Yes.
Right.
That
Sammy, can
gets
you
you up
help
to
me
eight
out, or
dice.
should I just tap it here?
I can. I think I'll come up behind him and just kind of she would call out, but she's like she doesn't know what to say, so it would just be like, "Hey, what are you doing?"
It's awesome.
Um,
Yo, rebar. All right, so I got two.
No earthquakes in the borough.
Thank you,
you
thank you, thank you. All
waiting
right.
waiting for the bus.
You missed it. Wah, wah. That's fantastic. I'm looking for four here, Rich, is
You are
what I
looking for
want.
4 total successes,
Got it.
correct? Oh
And
my
I got
goodness.
it.
What a perfect roll. Wow. Four
I g-
successes, only one spark. So you still have a spark left as
Yep.
you swoop down. I'm sorry, I'm going to do it a lot.
That's no, that's
Um,
awesome. That's why I have that name is because I do a lot of that. So yeah.
You snag the helmet. He tries to punch up at you, but you are too quick. When I think Sammy and also Magda, the sound, he's discombobulated. Sammy calls out to him. There's a moment where he looks at her. Everything's off, and you've snagged the helmet. And now I will have to, of course, change the picture in the NPCs thing for him without a helmet. So that will just take a moment, but I will do so, and automatically you'll get to see his mussed hair, and he will not be happy about that because it messes up his hair when he puts on the helmet, and he screams out, "No, that's my dad, you asshole!" Which I don't think anyone knew that he's wearing his dad's helmet? Question mark. But yeah, he's gonna chase after you actually. And you fly, so that's not going to go well for him.
Yeah. Oh, and you know what I'm doing? I think is, this doesn't require anything, but like I swoop up to the, I like, just hover, go up to the garage, hover there, and I say, check this out to Ripper. And I point at the rebar helmet.
Oh shit. Oh man, that's awesome. Ripper will see that, and the she's already celebrating, and she
Yeah.
just, oh my God, that's the best. Come here, Swoop, man. Come here, give me that.
Um uh and and I'm like, give it to you. No, I'm gonna take it apart and see how it works. Although you can watch
Oh,
if you want, I say, and like I come out and like zzz, a little screwdriver pops out of one of my fingertips, and I start unscrewing it, standing there in the air.
she says, that sounds boring as shit, man. Well, hey, just don't give it back to him. That sounds great. He's second on the board anyway. Loser! And an upset Rebar is going to be coming, and he's going to run into the parking garage. He's going to try to run up all the flights of stairs. And yeah, Ripper thinks this is hilarious. She's laughing. And yeah, what do you do at this point? Swoop, cops are arriving, Sammy and Magda. So they're now pulling up to see this bus sticking out of the street. Ripper's about to, one of her powers is leaping. She's about to leap the hell out of here. Um, so,
I ain't gonna catch her. I'm getting ready to intercept the police and explain what's going on.
okay.
And so she's doing one of these.
Yeah.
I sigh. I go, okay. I put the thing back on the, whatever. I close the plate black in the helmet, and I say, I say, here's a trophy for you, and I toss the helmet, which I put a tracker into, back to her.
Oh, that's awesome. She catches it. She's like, oh man, he's gonna get in so much trouble with his dad. Thanks. She puts it underneath her arm, takes a couple steps, and then does that like Hulk leap where she just goes an insane amount of distance, several blocks away. And you're still hovering there when a very frantic and slightly tired, Rebar finally crests to the fifth level of the parking garage.
You are
Dude,
so grounded, pal.
and I think the we cut scene right there with his shocked, horrified face. And that's lovely. Fantastic. I
His
think
hair is so puffy.
it is because, he's got healthy hair, guys.
Mhm.
Awesome. I think this is the perfect spot for us to take a quick bio break. So let's do that. I'm going to pause. All right, we're back. So there had been mention of a refresh request, which is fantastic because you have Ripper is no longer threatening the city, and we cut away from
And somebody's
Rebar.
too grounded to start an earthquake.
Amazing. I love it. So where do we pick up? Where is the scene that we pick up? Are you guys like eating some shawarma at a place on Bell? You
Uh,
retired back to someone's place?
Rich, I think we pick up over your left shoulder, bro.
Papatius.
Excellent. Papazio. Fantastic. Thank you very much for reminding me that that is a thing we had already established. Papazio. Papazio Bayside. Oh man, an intimate option featuring northern and southern Italian fare with weekly live jazz and blues night. On the outside awning, it says pasta, seafood, steaks. What a combo. What a combo. And wow, it does not stay open super duper late. No, well,
It's restaurant
the
week.
real one,
Uh,
it can change it. It's restaurant
uh,
week. It's
and
extended
and
hours.
and or like, it doesn't stay open late unless you
Unless you guys are here.
did some kind of superhero thing that they're super grateful for, that they'll like let you let you in
known?
late.
Are we there as superheroes or are we there as
I think
as
I
our
think
civilian identities?
I think we're oh man, that's a good question. I'm
I
leaning superheroes.
like I kind of like the like someone high up, some like in someone in management knows our deal and is like, you know, whenever they come in, we feed them uh whatever, like
Ooh,
give them the employee discount or something like that. But the staff is just like presumes we're friends of the owner or something like that. I
So
feel like that's
we're going in city gear.
yeah.
Okay, sure. Okay.
city year, but like you're known.
Yeah,
You're
all right.
known that you guys. That's awesome.
Like we
Pop,
did
pop.
some kind of favor. Yeah.
Yeah, like you just like maybe you gave him cut him a deal on some
Staff's all like,
bathroom or something.
they don't look like made guys. What's the
What's the deal?
Yeah,
And then
exactly.
that short lady?
Like a bunch
Like,
of dorks.
what? She's talking about the magic flute, and then that's the Mozart thing, right?
Oh,
Oh, I'll just make you guys feel incredibly hungry by sharing the dinner menu. Is the three of you? I like the idea of maybe there are a couple of like private rooms, and you guys are well known enough that okay, great, and then they escort you in, and it's one of those where glass doors, so you're not completely cut off from the restaurant, but it's quieter, a little bit more VIP, and then we have you know, basket of bread, food's brought in. We pick up with the three of you enjoying your food. Maybe we see a text from your erstwhile team member saying, got caught up with something. I hope to see you guys later. And that way we know that poor Sienna, aka Manticore, is there, but just not appearing in this particular episode. So how is it that you folks bond together? So a bonding scene is as written in the game. It is when you spend time with other team members, when two or more characters are in a scene with where their friendship or their shared purpose grows stronger, then it can be a thing that we spool out into an entire scene. It also can be a for folks who are not ready for it or not interested in it. It can be a shorter just description of topics and the like. But hopefully, you guys will chew a little.
Somebody brought me
That's
breadsticks, so I'm going to chew.
I'm I'm glad Sienna's okay. I was worried she might have got arrested.
What? Wait, why? What was she doing that she'd have gotten arrested?
Oh, but
Today.
before the thing with the bus, there was a woman that attacked General Ryan, and
Is he
he
okay?
he was last time I saw him. We got him out of the alley. She was trying to shoot him or something, but she said he did something bad.
I mean, he's a general. He probably did at some point.
It is a part of what they do.
But
He
like,
said he
like,
did something bad to her, though.
Go on.
so I mean, like, I don't think you need to be a rocket scientist. Like, if a lady shows up that can shoot stuff out of her fingers and she's mad at an army general, uh, like, I feel like those two things might be connected, don't you think?
Probably.
There's sort of a super soldier program shaped peg, and
Oh,
army keeps doing
I
it shaped
don't,
hole, and
don't
they just fit
see.
perfectly together.
Okay. I
I'm not doing the thing. Come on. I haven't
um
had a single glass of wine yet, so I'm not that rude.
I I ran away from two crime scenes today.
like,
That
but
is the
you weren't
job.
you weren't doing the crimes though, were you?
No,
So you're just a witness then. You're not a. I mean, I guess we're participants. This is all, Sammy. Like, I, if we're gonna help people, that's where we got to be. We got to be where the bad stuff is happening.
I know. I don't know. It probably doesn't look good.
I mean, it certainly doesn't feel good unless you have oppositional disorder, which I don't think any of us do.
I don't know what that is.
Don't worry about it.
Okay.
But sometimes people who see us doing our work are going to get the wrong idea, or they see a situation at the very end, and what they think is everything here needs to stop, and we pluck everybody off of this street until we've sorted everything out. And that's not a bad reflex, but
You know, what always,
often we have stuff to do.
you know what always makes me feel better, Sammy?
What?
And like, I say this because I've seen the waiter walking up, and they've got like, like a big thing that has three, like, uh, Mike, have you ever seen like a no kidding, like a stuffed sh like a big stuffed shell? Like, you know,
Mhm.
like a oversized pasta shell that they just jam full of ricotta and then melt mozzarella and stuff. And like, so Sammy's got to yeah, they put that down in front of Stash. There's like three of them on the plate there. And like, and you say what? They lay it down and I'm like, and and I grab a fork and start to you want one of these? They're really good.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Man, I'm starving.
So I like grab one of the little appetizer plates for whatever for putting the olive oil with the the for the bread, and I just kind of scoop one over onto your plate. I look at you, uh, Magda. Mm, mm,
Oh yeah. Yeah, yeah.
mm, mm.
Yep. Yep. Yep.
It's so good. They make the ricotta themselves. Oh my God. Oh.
Do one thing with the mouth at a time, please.
Mm, mm. And whatever. We spend a few minutes eating and just and Stash like once you're like don't talk, Stash is well no, Homer Simpson style kind
Hmm.
of nom nom
Hmm
nom nom nom,
hmm
right? Like eating like a guy who used to be a football player. And he's probably gone through his much more quickly than either of you two, little ladies has. And like he lets this long drawn out sigh and he says, I really want to watch it.
Watch what?
The thing with the bus? Is that
There's probably a VOD. If not, Ripper's making terrible mistakes.
Does that give her more clout?
I mean,
Um, that depends, actually. Some streams have a boost currency that you buy and then give to the streamer to incentivize them to do different things. Some streams require you to subscribe first, and sometimes they might simply call viewership part of their clout rating calculations.
I don't know. I know I shouldn't want to see it. It's like you ever have a tooth that's loose and you can't stop, pushing your tongue against it? Maybe not, but it's like that.
Well,
I guess if three of us watch it on one device, that's only one view. It's more efficient, right?
I break out my phone. I start navigating.
Hey, Magda, when first off, this is great for bonding. Five rekindled spark for the three of you to split as you wish. Magda, when you pull out your phone to let everyone watch the escapades of Ripper, you see, you. I'm sorry if you feel that Magda would never make this mistake, then it will just recently have come in. But you see the couple of texts from your mom, um, asking, when is it that Minho is supposed to be here? He's getting sleepy. And then there's a later text that says, I've set up the I've set up your bed for her. You can sleep on the couch.
Magda would totally make this mistake.
Would Magda make the mistake, or would Magda's mom have typed them into her phone, but then
No,
forgot to hit send? Or no? Okay, okay,
no,
that's
no. Magda's mom is at least as smart as Magda is.
I just imagine her
okay.
putting it on silent to go do fighty
Yeah,
stuff
yeah.
and then
Hmm.
immediately
Yeah,
go for
yeah.
food. And
Like I think that Magda, puts her phone into whatever custom mode that lets her do push to talk comms things on their little like special comms app thing that Stosh runs for them. And oopsie doodles. That was a little too stressful to remember to set things back the other way. So I go, just a sec. And I text my mom a quick apology and of course, vociferous thank you. Um,
And to be clear, none of the messages were accusational. It was
oh yeah.
worried, like, hey, this young girl who we're all taking care of, her dad
Hmm.
hasn't shown up, and that's weird. Do you know what's going on? So yeah,
Yep.
you let her
Yeah.
know the
And
apology, and she
yeah,
texts back, sure.
I'll be out
Okay,
longer. I'll use the back door tonight. That's the quieter way to enter the house.
understood.
Uh, and I put my phone back down, screen down on the table, and say, I'm gonna have to go right back after this.
Do you need help?
That would be tremendous, actually,
Okay. All right.
because and I'll bring up our little comms ops app and bring up that napkin picture and be like, we need to map out these locations and we need to maybe figure out, no, no, if mom hasn't seen them at all, we need to start checking them and we need to start looking for Minho because he was going to pick up his daughter from my mom's house and he hasn't been.
You think he might have got sidetracked somewhere, or you think he's in danger?
I think that's what we're going to go figure out. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he could be in danger. I hope that he's being stupid and wandered into a bar instead of talking to his ex-wife,
Okay,
but I'm going to
noted that
assume
down.
that he's being focused and trying to do the right thing.
Well, hey, we can, if we want, bundle this into a roll to see if you can find Minho before anything untoward happens. How's that sound?
Sounds neat.
I'm um I'm doing a find and replace on the word refresh with rekindle in my document
Ooh.
because it's such a fantastic idea that I need to make that change immediately.
Mhm.
Real-time design update.
That's what it's like, folks.
Mm-hmm.
Done. There were 14 spots where it has been replaced. And
Hmm.
thank you for that idea, which was brilliant. So, I think that you are, I don't know. If you bring powers into this, then tension may be involved. But at default, I don't think tension's necessarily involved. I think tension will happen later.
Afterwards. Yeah.
Um,
I feel like I can't sing this problem solve,
I'm
so it's probably not happening.
gonna
Not with that
say
attitude.
it's a.
My commitment to sparkle motion is in doubt.
I'm gonna say your difficulty is good. You're going to need 3 successes. Again, tension isn't involved unless you decide to bring a bunch of powers to bear, and then tension will be in.
Mhm.
How did you guys divvy up those 5? I'm sorry, I was.
131 across the character keeper.
That's a good idea. That's very good
Mhm. Mhm.
distribution.
Yep,
Sweet.
trying to even stuff out.
All
Mm-hmm.
right.
Plus, Stosh did real good back there. He deserves good spark.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
He distracted us with food.
which always works. Oh man, wait, hold on. I was looking at the food menu and being like, man, what would I like to eat right now? But I didn't look at the dessert menu because I'm a fool. She's getting the spumoni tartufo.
Oh,
Anyway,
that sounds incredible.
having a great time. But yeah, I will start mapping stuff out with my phone, and assigning little research tasks because I'm not the only person with a phone in the room who's smart. In fact, I'm pretty sure I'm the third smartest person in this room.
Statistically, maybe.
Maybe.
Do you think that you're fulfilling your role here?
Uh, only if I call some of the warehouses. I call some of the warehouses.
Smart.
Yes.
There we go.
I'm like, but that's hilarious. I need to do it. I don't even care if I'm scamming dice now.
This is a feature, not a bug.
Yep, I put on an incredible Jersey accent.
Delightful.
You can smell the Betsy Ross Bridge from this accent. Uh, and I mean, this got to be a head roll, right? I'm
Yeah,
researching my way
feels
through
like it.
it. Um, Not entirely sure if this is normal or super. I mean, I guess I'm trying to save a life, but I don't know as I've got any costumes and not bringing any powers to bear. This might just be normie stuff.
It might be, unfortunately.
Yeah. Anybody without powers could do the same thing you're doing right now.
Yep. That's a good bright line. That's solid.
I like that, Jim.
Anybody without powers or a costume and a absolute thirst for risk. Looking
Write
at
down
you,
the phrase
Robin.
thirst for risk.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds like a t-shirt. Thirsty for risk.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Be right back. Starting an energy drink brand. It's a four-letter word too, man. Like that's marketing.
Only if you use the vowel. And if you wanted to have, like, it could be RSK and then
Oh
it's
no.
memeable.
Oh
All right. Sound control super jaw doesn't feel like either are there. Do you want
no.
to expend any spark? Your difficulty is good. 3.
Uh yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna spend 3 spark.
Oh my. So just type those in the spark spent on the roll so that it will show up in your die roller.
Mm-hmm.
And is anyone helping Magda on her search?
Where are you at with your dice versus what you need?
7 dice
Uh
to get 3 successes, I believe.
yeah, so I'm not doing too bad.
Do you want the help or
Do you find it role play appropriate?
I mean like what Stosh can do is you're like tippy tapping on your phone and I go, hang on a sec. Like, and I, roll up the sleeve of my hoodie and I, do a little, whatever, tap on my wrist and, kind of flick it. And then, the, the 3D hollow map pops up on the table so that we can, and then we can do the Tony
Hell
Stark thing
yeah.
where we can spin it and all that kind of stuff and everything,
Mm-hmm.
which we've established as which I established during Play by Post is a thing that like Stash loves that stuff that, that's kind of Tony Stark style, uh, hollow diagrams and things like that. So
Ah,
yeah, I'll throw in a spark for that for whatever, helping for doing
that's
literally doing tech support. That is what
that's
I'm here
so
for.
cool.
Is
Mhm.
That's so
literally my
cool.
role. So yeah.
I'd love to
I
see
don't
it.
I don't have a good way for Sammy to help with this, especially if you're calling a bunch of people. Definitely not up her alley.
Yep.
I posted in chat. This is a couldn't we text them instead kind of thing for Sammy.
That's not how
This
warehouses
this
work,
could have
darling.
been an email.
This could have been an
Yeah.
email. Ah, yeah. Many such cases. I think the role is assembled.
Okay. Click that little die and you roll your 8 dice.
Doink.
2 pals and 3 oofs. Luckily, tension was not involved and you didn't escalate with powers, so you just fail.
It'll just wash out.
Yeah, so just make sure we're on the same page. Do you imagine this is all happening? Your cell phone at Papazio's as you guys are eating some of the dessert. You're just doing a little bit of your con artist face roll to try to figure things out. Fantastic. I
Oh,
love
yeah.
that. That
Yeah.
sounds awesome. Uh, you're working. There is a particular warehouse where a guy answers, um, and he answers in Korean. You navigate him to speak English. He quickly hangs up on you. Um, that's the first where feels like a bit of a lead, and then the door into your little private dining area opens, and there's a well-built man, 6'2". Looks like he's in his late 30s. And he says, "Excuse me." Um,
Bathroom's around the corner, pal.
no, no, no. You have something of mine? And then he steps in and he closes the door and stands to his full height.
Oh my God. Are you Rebar's dad?
Yes.
Um, we don't have it. His cloud chaser friend took it.
Ah, stupid kids. And he peers at each of you, and you could tell this is a man who could, if he wanted, do violence. If I find out you're lying, I will not be so nice when I ask again.
Why would we lie to you? We're not involved in this at all.
To be honest, I would lie to you, but only for fun. But not right now. I didn't say anything.
Okay.
I mean, I think I, I'd be worried that it's your kid that's lying to you, sir.
Oh, do you think he's trying to get it back himself to prevent the embarrassment? Ooh. That's independence, though.
You obviously don't have kids. And then he turns and opens the door.
Yeah.
And
Have a nice night.
he will
Pats him on the shoulder.
exit the building, now looking for other members of the Clout Chasers who might have his helmet.
You didn't name River, did you?
Just mentioned the Clout Chasers. Yeah, you didn't finger River that I heard. So you have a very.
Oh.
It's all over the internet.
It's true.
Yeah, that man's only in his 30s. You'd think he'd be able to tell. Oh, well.
I shouldn't, I mean, so as a moment, I'm going to step out of character as a player. That is that like Avalanche from the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants? Is
Yes,
that,
it
yeah,
is.
okay, all
That
right.
is.
All right. Yes, yeah, that's what I thought. Um, and Stash is like, uh, should we call the X-Men or something like that?
If you have the number to the X-Men, sure,
What
and give it to me.
I think this might be one of the several months where the X Mansion has been destroyed.
Hold on, there's a website for that. It's called xmansionup.com.
no, 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 no. Man,
Um, uh,
Oh, nope, the website's they're fighting C&D right now. Sorry.
Worthington had some people go after that right away.
I mean, I didn't tell him. Look, she's a jerk. I like. I don't want him to drop a building on her. I don't want him to drop a building on anyone.
That would involve dropping a building.
Should we go to some of these warehouses?
Yeah. Yep. Yep. We're gonna go to this one, and then this one, and then this one, and then maybe back to Antiques 19.
Okay.
So we're clear. I think it is late, right? You did the stuff in the evening, then you went and ate some food. So
Oh
I
yeah.
think we're approaching midnight as we cut with you guys. It's July, right? Because we talked about when the live games happen. It's about the same time of the year that we are now. So the sun hasn't been down for that long, but it does get dark. It's still hot. It's still smoky because it turns out the wildfires in Canada, tariff or not, still affect nighttime air.
Oh yeah.
And they don't clock out.
They get in
No,
for free. Yeah.
Mhm.
so um,
Magda, do we, do, there's someone in danger, right? We need to get this done tonight.
This man almost got shot in the back just a couple hours ago. So
Crap. Okay.
I know. I'm so sorry.
It's all right. I can have a lot of vacation time built up. Um,
Sammy, if you need to tap, it's fine.
I might regret eating so much bread, but I think I can't sleep knowing that somebody might be in danger.
why would anyone regret eating bread?
It's a
Because they,
digestion thing.
Oh, do you have
I
that?
can't,
Do you have the gluten
I
thing?
can't, probably not. Most people don't.
Is this
so
a
But also, I can't fly, so I have to carry that around with me.
okay? No, I can fly, which means I can take the two of you with me.
interesting.
Can't
Carrying
you?
two people with a suit? I'm very
Can't
interested in the physics of
can't you
that.
just? I mean, wait. Though, can't you just step into the? Can't you just step into the sidewalk here and step out of the sidewalk there?
I don't, I don't know if I can go that far, and I don't know who'll be looking when I get there. Um, I don't know. I just feel heavy, but we should go.
Okay, so and as we're walking out of the restaurant, I'm saying, okay, so Sammy, here's what we can do. Um, uh, I'll take. Well, actually, can you bring someone through the sidewalk with you?
Never tried that.
Me, me,
Seriously?
me.
Okay, I can try it.
It's so I can tell my Aunt Dora, okay? It's not a knock against anybody. I have to be able to say I did it.
Yeah, so I
I
guess we
mean, just
walk out.
just just try going a couple feet at first, right? Maybe just
Okay,
across the street.
and get outside, and Sammy will kind of reach out and put a hand on Magda's shoulder.
This time,
And
And Stash is like watching, like wide-eyed with like wide-eyed fascination, really curious
I'm also
how this
interested
is
in
gonna
this.
go. Yeah.
Yeah, the dice are going to
this
tell us how well this goes.
this is gonna feel weird. You might regret eating bread too. And Sammy's gonna fall through the pavement and try and bring Magda with her.
all right. Just like arm barring me.
Mike, um,
Hmm.
I think you get to set the difficulty of what this role is. Difficulties start on row 59 on the team
Yeah, I'm
tab.
looking at them. I think this is something she's never done, but is possible.
I think so too, and I'm super interested in it being possible. So I'm glad.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm kind of hovering around the kind of good,
Yeah, that
good,
feels right to
remarkable,
me.
somewhere there.
Good to remarkable, but maybe tension's involved there. First time she's done it. Maybe it's a thing where
Yeah.
tension may not be down the road, but this time around maybe some stress.
Okay. Yeah. Am I being the compass for the team in this moment? Eh, probably not. I don't know. Definitely being super.
I think you're
Yeah.
doing this in the service of seeing if we can approach this person in need faster. So I wouldn't say no to being like compass.
Make a compelling argument. Um, hmm, is this a feet thing or maybe even a heart thing? I'm gonna go with feet, just
Yeah.
because I'm moving and I'm short range teleporting. So I'm looking at 9 dice to try and get 3 successes.
Oh,
That
this is
that
gonna be
feels
easy
very
peasy,
doable.
lemon
It feels
squeezy.
very doable. Nothing could possibly make me fail, he says, clicking the button.
Except the dice. Let's find out. Oh,
Oh, that's great. 4 pals, 1 oof. I always have to peek, even though I made it hideable with the actual dice. 2 6s, 2 5s, and a single solitary one that will cost you one of those spark you just got back. I guess the bread's coming back at you, I guess. I'm curious, what does this look like when Crosswalk pulls someone through with her for the first time? And then Shinnok will see how you land on the other side because I'm really interested in if Shinnok does it with a little more panache than perhaps Crosswalk might.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think like ordinarily it looks like Sammy just kind of falls into the ground, almost like the hitbox has failed on the game, right? And we just kind of fall. And so I think she falls, but as she
She
falls, because she's got
clips
a
into the sidewalk. Yeah.
exactly, yeah. And as she has a hand on Magda's shoulder. And so I think there's a moment where it looks like Magda's not gonna come, and Sammy kind of grabs a hold of you, the top that you're wearing, and just kind of yanks you down. So I think you end up going almost down face first into the
what?
ground. And there's maybe I don't know how Magda would feel about it, but I can imagine there being a moment of panic where it looks like you're just going to hit the pavement face first.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, mm-hmm. And then I
It feels
don't.
like falling. Hmm.
Yeah.
And then on the other side of it, which you just doing a few feet, like a little bit
Just
down
going across the
the
street.
walk, across the street. Okay, awesome. How does Shinnok come out on the other side? What does
Well,
that look
I
like?
I dove in, dove, very defensive way to describe it. I dove in head first, so I probably pop out head first. And I've got a good frame. So I think I'm like counter. grabbing Sammy by the collar. And it's just sort of a ta-da.
Yeah, and Stosh like throws his arms up in the air and whoops like they just scored a touchdown, right?
Yep. Yeah,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
getting multiple friendly slaps on the
Yes,
back.
yeah. And books across the street to like, that was awesome. I have no idea how that works.
Why haven't I ever thought to do that?
I
Wow.
really don't know.
Okay.
Sometimes
You,
sometimes there's just gaps. There's something in the way.
do you do you want to go again? You
Yeah.
need to find your friend.
Yes. Yeah.
And then we just blip, 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 blip down the street.
Awesome. We
I'm taking
see
you to swing dance, by the way. No argument.
Um,
How tall are you?
okay. Uh, Not particularly tall.
No. All right.
Let me see if I can.
You won't be dancing with me very much because I am obligatorily a follow.
two of you pop through the sidewalk for several blocks, swoop overhead, running Overwatch, and it is past midnight, approaching 1 o'clock, when you have scoped out several of the warehouses on your short list. And then, Chinook, when you think maybe poor Stosh is it's too late, maybe Sammy's yawning a little bit, just one more. Just one more. And that is when you find a particular warehouse that didn't answer the phone. But there's a guy who's standing outside of it smoking a cigarette, and you recognize him from the store. And then you recognize that he is, as you might expect, packing when he reaches into his coat pocket, and we see the hilt, the handle of a pistol.
There's one of our guys. Packing,
Okay.
left side.
Who are we looking for here? So, sorry. As a player, remind me who
Yes.
we're looking for here.
We're looking for Don Minho,
Okay. Would
who,
Stash have had any reason to have met him, or is it like a thing where like you showed me his picture?
yeah.
Uh, yeah, I think it's up to you if you think Stosh would be a person who goes antiquing. He's got an antique store in Flushing. Otherwise, I don't think he would necessarily run into Stosh.
So if it's specifically just furniture, but if he sells any kind of like old, stuff with transistors or, vacuum tubes or any kind of stuff like that, maybe
It's mostly import stuff, but I do think
yeah,
there's some
okay.
electronics and other doodads.
So like Magda, is this someone you know well who you like been to their store a bunch or anything like that? Or
Um, he's the father of one of my students, and
okay.
he's
So
he's
so
been
maybe I
like a
met
client of mine for a
so
while.
so then maybe I might have met him, once in passing when I was like visiting Magda because we were going to go to lunch or something like that, whatever, or something, or in the neighborhood kind of thing.
Hmm.
So maybe I've seen him, but I think I probably don't know him. In that neighborhood kind of way, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Uh, so yeah, so I at least know who I'm looking for here.
Yeah. Sammy, you work for a museum, Museum of the Moving Image, which is not a very antiquesy sort of place, except
No, but
sometimes.
Sammy, in the recent past, got her own apartment and had to fill it with furniture from somewhere.
Get your furniture from an antique store?
Yeah.
That's so effort.
That's delightful.
Nice.
Well, but that's also he's also someone then who might encounter like estate sales where people have like um well, I mean you joked about Mike, you joked about Betamax players, but people
Hmm.
finding like old film reels and and stuff like that is a thing certainly that and you'd like and leaving stuff to the museum, another thing that might.
Yep.
But
Yep.
yeah, it totally makes sense that you would have encountered him. I mean, based on all of that.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think so.
Cool. Yeah, you guys have a passing familiarity with the father in question. You would recognize him on sight as a familiar stranger. And the person who's menacing him at his store is standing right outside of this particular warehouse. What do you wish to do?
Do you want to go around or through?
Mm, I'm that A+ kid. I want to do both. Here's what I'm thinking. I can distract this fellow and get him to leave his post. Sammy, the warehouse floor is probably also cement. It's probably very firmly connected to the outside. But first, I think that you need a good look inside, which I think Stosh can provide.
I can do that.
Okay.
So if I can take this fellow on a merry chase, that leaves things safe for you to find out the safest path in to find Minho. And Sammy, you go in and we'll try to reconnect. Sound good?
Okay. Yeah.
All
And
right.
and now we know I can maybe bring him out too,
Exactly.
if he's in there.
I put my hands on her shoulder. It's not maybe. You can do it.
Okay.
Good. Back straight. Breathing from the diaphragm. Absolutely got this. You are
I've got
crosswalk
this.
and you're here.
Thank you.
Sorry.
I've got this.
Got this. I've got this. Just in a little internal moment, just the copy paste panel where the things that we were saying gone. Thought bubble. I've got this. I've got this. I've got this. I've got this. I've got
Hmm.
this.
Perfect. Perfect. All right. Stash, you are overwatched. Do you want to try to give
I'm
a lay of
gonna
the land here? What do you want to
yeah, I'm
do?
I'm I'm gonna I'm gonna, kind of come in, silently land on the roof. Um uh kind of I kind of like that I do a lot of tippy tapping on my arm to make things happen, right? And so I'll kind of reconfigure some of the things, kind of snap one of my wings, and the wings kind of look like it's like when they're deployed, it's kind of like a solar panel without the metal connecting the little pieces of like the little glass panes, right? It's got that kind of thing, and it's got the like the glowing blue lines and everything. And I just kind of snap my wing, and a couple of those kind of spin off and go and I send them down a like an HVAC vent or something like that as little drones to go get a lay of the building on the inside, and I pipe it through to Sammy's phone so that she can see what's going on there and find a spot where she can teleport in.
Oh, that's 100% perfect way to describe you giving a spark if you want to for the role.
Yeah.
Um, but I'm less interested in a role of can you get in there? I want you to get in there. I think it's the most interesting thing to happen. So you get that a little bit of info from Stosh and using that. Sammy, do you feel like that's a thing where yes, it's poured concrete here? You feel like that's a thing that Crosswalk could pretty easily do, zip herself inside the warehouse?
Yeah,
Awesome. Do
I
you try to
I can
bring
almost
Shinnok
imagine
along?
running across the. I think Chinook was going to distract the guy, right? So I can imagine
But that
like,
can happen really fast because what I do is I make gunshot noises down the block.
Oh,
oh, okay, then
that's
yes,
awesome.
I can bring you in. But I was envisaging like running across to the door, trying it, finding it's locked, and just slipping across like under the door, basically.
That's awesome. Sweet.
Yeah,
So gunshots, the guy goes to check it out. He calls it in. He has like a little earpiece so he doesn't just disappear. He says, "Hey, I'm going to check something out. I think I heard some gunshots." And then he steps away. You use that moment, crosswalk, to pull Shinnok in, dip underneath, and this warehouse is an active warehouse. Like there's not a lot of dust in the corner. This you see pallets. The real quick, if you think of like how an IKEA might be organized with just huge racks of things that can easily be moved off of those particular shelves with forklifts and the like. But the first thing that you hear, the two of you are creeping along, is the sound of someone being punched, um, and they're breathing kind of heavy. And the guy says, "Listen, tell me where the mask is. We don't have to keep going. There's like five of us. My knuckles are getting tired. So he will take a turn." And you hear Minho's slurred voice as he said, "I didn't see it. Maybe I don't have it. Maybe maybe someone has it and stole it from you and they're blaming me." He's like rattling off some of the things that you'd talked about at the store. He
Yeah.
sounds desperate. He's obviously in pain. What do the two of you do? And Swoop, with your device that you used, I think you can easily swirl around and see and hear this as well. You're above, still Overwatch.
Hmm. Oh man, he said five of us. No, I didn't go to school for math.
That's more than three.
It's more than three. Oh,
but can you cause a distraction outside, maybe?
Uh, yeah, sure. Um, are you close to him? Can you grab him quick?
uh, I glance around at the different stacks that are arranged.
Mm-hmm.
Which pallet stack was placed here by the worst forklift driver in the Korean Mafia? Because I'm going to squeeze myself between it and one of the big steel rack supports and push it over with my legs.
Awesome. As you're doing that, it's a great idea. I imagine maybe there's a pallet where they've stacked several large, like humongous bags of rice that's going to make a lot of noise. And it is a skew. Like that's very hard to balance multiple bags of rice. But have a question. So, Shinnok, when your mantle and your costume, those are a kind of folklorish magic. Is that right? Do I have the right read on?
It's absolutely magic. It's 100. Anybody asks me where you get your powers, magic.
Okay.
A fox goddess was like magic.
So I imagine for you, there's a feeling that you get when those powers come active, right?
Hmm.
You're realizing that that feeling is somewhere here in this warehouse and not coming from you. It's like a different sensation, maybe a different wavelength, but not so dissimilar that it would be anything other than magic.
That's wild. As I'm straining, I make a little note to Sammy. Can you keep Minho safe by yourself?
I got this.
You got this. And so do I.
The rice bags fall. I think you maybe shimmied yourself up to like a second shelf, right? So they fall. One of them, it's bursts open. Rice spills out, makes a racket. The punching stops. Gunshots, then there's something in here. Go check it out. And a couple of guys start making their way down. Shining flash. One guy's got a flashlight, and they're shining flashlights and checking down the racks. Swoop.
Yeah.
As all of this activity is going on and you're playing Overwatch, you see a couple of the guards now. There's down to just 3 people around Minho as he is sitting bound on a folding chair. There's a woman who steps out of the shadows at that moment. She is beautiful and knows it. She is not Korean. If you were to throw a guess, European of some kind, brunette, dressed well. And in perfect Korean, she says, "There is a problem and you need to resolve it. You have failed me multiple times. You will find me the mask, or your entire family's skin will be flayed from their bones." And then she turns and starts to walk back into the shadows. Crosswalk, you may have your moment here. At least half of the men have moved away with Shinnok's distraction.
Sammy, tell me as soon as you've got a hand on him.
Will do. You've got this. You've got this. You've got this.
You're saying that out loud.
Doesn't make it less true. Yeah, if I can get close enough to be able to see. So I guess stepping out of character for a moment.
Mhm.
Is this Dan Minho is tied to a chair in some
He
way,
is.
shape, or form?
Tied to a metal folding chair, but hands
Right.
behind his back. He's slumped over. He would fall to the ground if he weren't effectively tied hands behind and awkwardly forced to be on this chair.
Mm-hmm. So I guess the question is, can I jump to him and jump away with him?
Mhm.
That is the question.
Or can I, right, and that can be decided with a roll. Or does it need to be, do I need to get him off the chair to be able to teleport him away?
That is the
Oh,
Because I need to be able to pull him through the ground.
question.
Am I just
yeah.
trying to like football tackle him to the ground and pull him through that way?
I think the dice will help us decide if those extra steps are needed based on
Yeah.
how well you do. I will
Okay.
tell you that this will be an incredible feat.
Hmm.
Tension is involved in this role.
That's
Uh,
okay.
Jim, I sent you a Zoom link to just so you have an idea of person who I described.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Mostly because I really like that picture.
Uh, sorry, a Zoom
Oh,
link?
in Zoom chat, there's a private chat to you.
Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm doing secret notes, guys. I'm the
Yeah. Okay.
tragium now.
Okay.
This is the equivalent of getting up and whispering.
It is.
Um, all right. Am I fulfilling the team's role of being the compass? I feel like maybe yes.
I think so.
Trying
Yeah,
to
I can
keep
see
us
that.
laser focused on saving Minho. Dan Minho here. Am I being super? Absolutely. Uh, Fate is good here, but I'm actually feeling this more as heart. This is more protecting
Oh,
people, more compassion,
for
more.
sure. That's great.
I am using a short range teleportation, so I'm looking at 8 dice to try and get 4 successes. I
Let me
have
ask
a lot
you,
of spark here.
this is dangerous. I could absolutely hear you make a case for hardening your skin briefly to protect you in case things go wrong, because they might.
Or
Right.
protect
So
you and Minho if he's, if you're between
yeah,
him
and
and some
And I mean,
problems shaped
and
like gunmen.
I already spent a spark with the whole
Yeah,
drone
yeah. The
thing.
description of where
So
stuff is. So
take
there's a,
that. Yeah.
a spark to you. But yeah,
okay,
do
so I
you
get at
want to
least
bring
one
in
there.
that second power or no? Up to you.
I do, I do, but I want to flavor it as we established earlier that Crosswalk hasn't maybe necessarily experimented that much with her powers. This is not something she knows that she can do. This is just something that is going to happen because she's moving into danger, believing that she's got this.
That's
Amazing.
fantastic. That's so freaking
So
cool.
now I'm looking at 11 dice to try and hit 5 successes.
Chances are good. Now, the good news is that you're rolling a passel of dice, but there's a cap to the amount of um, spark that you can lose from this, and the cap is the difficulty of the roll. Meaning, if you rolled 9 ones right now, you're only going to lose 5 spark.
Right. What are the consequences of running out of spark?
First off, you can't spend spark on any future rolls until you've refreshed it. It also puts you at risk narratively for up to the player, up to death, like serious harm coming to your character.
Okay. Yeah, no worries. I will spend a couple of spark here because I think this is an important role and I really don't want to screw it up.
Okay.
So
That
I'm
means
going to
you have
spend 2
three
spark.
sparks. Yep. You're spending 2 spark. There was already one in the kitty from Stasha's help.
Okay.
There we go.
So now I'm looking at 13 dice.
You are. It's going to go great.
You got this. You got this. You got this. And she jumps.
Wow.
Wow.
Oh, man.
But
That's awesome. That's awesome. I love it. Okay.
it will lose 3, right? From the
You
3
will
oops
lose
as well. So I
3,
go to
which,
0.
yes, you go to 0. Oh, no. The only reason I have a drop down instead of you just typing numbers is so that you had to choose oh no. It's very silly of me. I'm sticking to my guns of the oh no. You jump through and teleport. Curious, and we'll explore this later, but just on a short answer, do you imagine that movement between that teleportation for crosswalk is instantaneous, or is there a different amount of time that passes when she is in this other between space?
Think there probably is some in between time, but she's thus far been so panicked that she kind of doesn't perceive it. It's like a
It's
it's kind
nice.
of a something is happening when she's moving that maybe is connected to some strange pocket dimension or something. She has not explored that at all.
Fantastic. This
Thinking
is this is
Cyclops
future
being
notes.
connected to the punch dimension.
Oh, I love it. You jump through intent on. Are you actually were you going to run up and grab Minho in, or were you going to port in, port out?
I think she wants to have some momentum behind this, so I think she is going to run, but before getting to where Minho is, she will like jump, get to Minho, jump again. So it's like a
Okay, sweet.
yeah.
So yeah, you move forward, jump, appear out of nowhere. One of the men reaches for a gun. Um, Another guy reaches out to try to grab you. You pull Minho off of the chair, and then there's a moment when you see this woman. She was obscured in the shadows when you first popped through, but you get a good look at her. I'm gonna quickly show a picture because, again, I think it's a cool picture. That's what she looks like.
Uh,
And she sees you, and there's it's a moment of interest, but you're in the moment. You're moving. Minho, it's blood, very bloody. Grab, you start to push through, and there's a moment when you start to fall into the concrete, and it feels like a membrane, as if it doesn't want to just snap through for you. Then you put forth just a little more effort. You break through whatever barrier there was there that wasn't there moments before. It just kind of popped in. You push through it, and it it hurts. Like it grabs at you. You can feel it pull at your skin. Instead of pushing through into that other space, it kind of it's like a bunch of fingers grabbing at your clothes, at your body. You can feel it. It's like 1,000 demons trying to hold you at bay. And then boom, you're outside. Um, Minho falls to the ground, way clumsier than you ever looked. And you've done it. He's alive.
I'm sorry. I know that's weird, but we should go.
What just happened? Am I
Keep
dead?
going.
Have you got him?
Got him.
And that is when I kill the lights and activate the set off the fire alarm.
Awesome. That is fantastic. Kill the lights. You hear some screams. Fire alarm starts to go off. Wimp, wimp, wimp. And through your um, indicator, that woman just steps into his shadows and then she is gone. Um, Schnuck, you're in there. It's crazy. There are fire alarms, people screaming. You, they're they are disciplined enough not to fire at shadows, but they are definitely not happy at what's going on.
They're
You
having
can,
a bad time.
yeah, they're screaming
Hmm.
back and forth at each other in Korean, but you pick up, I don't know where he is. We got to get him. And how do you extricate yourself from this fine situation?
I make myself an elegant second story exit because there's probably a window open for ventilation. Even with this air quality, it's a warehouse. It is the summer.
They kind of have to. Yeah.
They have to.
I'm interested in a role because I'm curious if these folks spot a second story window person.
Fair.
So the the good news is, well, I think tension's involved because they will shoot at you. I think the difficulty is only good because you are, as established, very adroit and quite dexterous and flexible. So we'll say that's a good difficulty. You'll need 3 successes. Tension is involved in the role.
Hmm. I am definitely being super.
Hmm. Not being a con artist, I think maybe because you're just doing action stuff, not really chatting.
Yeah, not really chatting. I guess if I wanted to try and make them think that I was Squirrel Girl as I left,
Oh my
I
goodness,
could
Squirrel
do
Girl would be
that.
so upset about that.
Well, she should have been here.
Green Green will show up as a Tippy Toe will give you a talking to in Squirrel. Looks like you're using feet, so that's
Hmm.
awesome.
Yep, yep. I'm beating feet, very
Okay.
literally. I will cover my the sounds of my movement with sound control.
Oh, that's
They're
great.
just not
Very
happening.
smart.
No, no footsteps ringing on the steel supports, no creaking from the window, no glass break sounds, nothing. It's not happening right now, and I'm satisfied with 8 dice.
All right, give her a roll. Let's see if you can get 3 successes. Hey,
Yeah.
you sure can. Oof, it hurts though.
Mm-hmm.
So you tell me, um, you've lost 2 spark here. Do you think that you get somebody wings you, or do you think that just the sheer effort and stress of the situation, you're going to be pretty worn out? It's like 2 o'clock in the morning kind of thing.
Hmm. My little decider friend. It's just the stress. It just
Okay,
sucks.
cool. Ping,
Probably
ping,
I'm
ping.
bad landing.
Yeah, yeah. You land a little odd, your ankles a little tweaked. You're fine. You didn't get hit. No blood trail left behind. See, that was a trap I laid for you. I was going to let you try to be all brave and get winged, and then there would be a blood trail, and that would be terrible. But you're smart. You
Hmm.
outsmarted me. I admire that. That's very clever. And you guys can get Minho the heck out of here. And we'll do just like a moment and possibly a pocket rekindle scene. My goodness, I'm so excited just saying it. And then we'll bring things to a close for the night. So, where do you want to take poor, beaten up, tired, and not having his best day, Don Minho, when you escape? I think Shinnok, this has been kind of your
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
deal.
mean,
So,
he
where do
needs
you
to
want to end up?
be someplace safe. And that is not my house. Not right
Hmm.
now. Nope. Big no for that. So do I have any place else to go? I mean, I have a lot of theater friends and a lot of opera friends and a lot of NYU friends.
Oh man, I'm now thinking of the LARPers from the
You're
Hawkeye
muted, Jim.
miniseries. Jim, you're
Jim,
muted.
you're muted.
Does our uh does Manticore own that gym that she works in?
She does
No.
not. Gus owns it.
Oh, okay. Okay, all right.
Stop
Although,
it. Better.
like as a as someone with a theater degree, your theater friends are the kind of people that you could show up with somebody beat up and bloodied at 2 o'clock in the morning and they'd be like, "Oh, okay, well, come on in.
Yep. Yep.
We've got some we'll get some Bactine and Band-Aids for
Mm-hmm.
you." Yeah.
Yep.
I'll put on
Yeah.
some
And
tea.
yeah. And if any of the new kids are like, why does she get to do that? I'm just like, shut the fuck up. Do you see this photo? Do you see what this means? That's right. You let me do whatever I want. And the photo's just a trophy that says best kisser in New York City. Do you know who you're talking to right now? And in fact, I went down a Pinterest hole last night. Let's see if I've got something fun.
Ooh,
Oh, is that still? Oh, it's
Pinterest
still in.
rabbit holes are a little less fun with all the AI art, but they're
Yeah,
still pretty fun.
they're still pretty fun. And kind of tune it a little bit. It will flag it for you, and you can be like, "Oh, I was going to save that, but now I'm not." Uh, Browse downloads. Here's a new person. In fact, I'll drop that into, can I put that there? Screenshot. What? All right, fine. I will put this in the Discord
Okay.
because
It's a
Zoom
good
is
place
like
to warehouse stuff.
Zoom's like, oh, your computer's stinky. You can't upload files. Here's a theater
Hey,
friend.
fun. Cool.
And I will never have hair as good as he's got.
Oh, that is a male identifying person. Okay, awesome. That long hair just threw me off, but yes, you're
Mhm.
right. There we go. I think that's a great setup for a play-by-post scene. I think we carry that scene forward to there. So let's just see where things are headed for Crosswalk or Stosh. Crosswalk definitely needs some rekindling. So, you know,
Hmm.
actually all of you do, but definitely Crosswalk. So a pocket and rekindle scene between Swoop and Crosswalk after Minho disappears with Sinok to go stay with a friend.
Yeah, for sure.
It's time for dessert.
Where does this take place?
Dessert?
Um, yeah, it's gotta be a is it I guess the question is it like, do we go get some stuff from a bodega, like a corner bodega, or do we end up in a booth at a 24-hour diner? Because both of those are things that exist in New York City, which is why it's
Hmm.
the greatest place on earth.
I like the idea that we get some stuff from somewhere and then go sit in a park or something. Like,
If we're getting stuff from somewhere and then go sitting somewhere, it's 100%. I feel like it's on a roof somewhere.
Oh,
yes.
fun. Yes.
Yeah. So, yeah. Yeah. So we get to, yeah, we go to a bodega and we get some whatever, a couple of big gulps and some, a bag of Takis or whatever, something like that. And, you know,
Yeah, Sammy still has the metabolism of a person in their
I
mid
think
20s.
I think
So it's
the players are starting to fade at the same rate the characters are. I think that's is what's going on is what's going on here. That's
Yawn.
cool. Yeah, but yeah, like um and Stash is like, that was awesome. What did that feel like? Did you, I mean, that's only the second time you you did that once with Magda, and then you're just popping down the street like you weren't even thinking about it. And uh because Stash chugged something with some caffeine so that he'd stay awake, right? Whatever. He's got his like Mountain Dew Code Red or something like that. And um,
it was weird. It was different with Minho. It felt harder.
is it like, how does it work? I mean, is this I mean, and you don't have to answer if you don't want to, like if any of this is too personal, but like, is it like, is it a mutant thing? Did you get bitten by a radioactive fire hydrant or something? I don't know. What is,
I I don't know where it comes from, but there was a street party and this person was trying to talk to me and they looked away. And when they looked back, I wasn't there. I was around the corner and it just kind of got away. I really wanted to be away from them. And then I was.
I don't know. That sounds maybe like That sounds like a mutant thing to me. That's cool.
Could be.
That's I Yeah. Uh so Oh my God. I'm gonna be dogging it at work. I was gonna say tomorrow, but it's today, isn't it?
Yeah,
You work at a museum. Do they pay you for that?
yeah, and I make a living. Luckily, they don't open till late, so I can sleep in.
Oh no. No, I gotta go home and change and put the suit away, and I'll have like 2 hours before I gotta be back in the store. I've done all-nighters before. Usually it's because I'm distracted because I figure something out with the suit. Like just yesterday, there was this thing with the gyros, right? And there, so it's like a little magnetic thing, and like he just starts going like into like minute, boring, technical detail about like some tiny tweak he made to, so that he could turn slightly better.
Hey, Stash,
Yeah,
you should you should go to bed.
yeah,
Um,
I it's if I go down, I won't get back up.
well, I should go to bed, and
Yeah. Yeah. So
thank you.
you know about movies and stuff like that. So what should our what should our team name be? We should have a team name. You don't need to decide right now, but I'm no good at stuff like that, so you should think about it.
Okay.
That was good. I feel like we did good today. Yeah?
Yeah, yeah, we
All right.
saved a couple of people, and
Um,
we did good.
I'm a little nervous about that flay the skin off their families thing that lady said.
She seems really scary.
Yeah. Um, okay. All right. Uh, that was cool. Good night.
Good
And
night,
then I
Stash.
think we have a couple of panels after Swoop flies away. We have a couple of panels of Sammy. One of those last panels of Sammy all by herself on a rooftop. What do we see?
I, I think she's just sitting and looking out over the city and listening to the various noises. And the last panel is her with a sort of grim expression and saying, "You got this."
Nice. So we have end of issue questions. At the end of every issue or a game session, the entire table, GM and players, discuss the following questions. Did you clash with someone who threatened your neighborhood?
Yes,
Did you protect the citizens of your neighborhood at least once?
sure did.
Did you thwart a threat to the block or have a conflict with your rivals?
Hell to the
Yeah.
Absolutely. For each yes, the group questions, all surviving characters earn 1 XP. So that's a total of 3 XP to all of you. On top of the 2 that we got for the play by post stuff. So you should be sitting at 5.
Mhm.
Now this is individual. This is for each of you individually. Other players can chime in to encourage a player to answer yes if that player is hesitant, but only the GM should push back or argue against any of the yes answers with whatever reason they might have.
can can
These, hmm?
can we pause just for a moment?
Yeah,
Did you say surviving players?
characters.
Surviving characters.
Well, it's
Okay.
SBBs, but I like shorthanded
Okay.
it to all the
Yes,
players
This
that
is why we have
making
survived.
safety
sure.
tools.
That would
Thank you very
be
much for getting me on that
that
one.
would be a
Whoops.
deeply unpleasant game if that
Die in
was.
the game, you die in real life.
I don't think we'd be hanging
We
around
went from
calculating XP if
we went from
if we lost a
rekindle
player
to
during the
killing
game.
players. Oh no.
Like,
Sorry for that.
yeah.
Oops.
Okay. All right. Well, there's only two of us to split that 5 spark between.
Like,
Great.
it's more spark for
Yeah.
us.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, so surviving characters. Thank you
Thank
for
you.
that.
All right. Continue, please. Sorry.
We'll stick with you. Swoop, did you struggle with your normal day-to-day obligations?
I don't think that I did. I was pretty good about my day-to-day
That'll happen
obligations.
tomorrow, right?
Yeah. Yep.
Did you support another teammate when they needed you?
100% I did.
All right.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Get to mark another XP there. Crosswalk, did you struggle with your normal day-to-day obligations? I don't think
Not
I did
today.
any normal day-to-day stuff. Did you
Nope.
support another teammate when they needed you?
100%.
Yep. One more XP for you. And then, Shinnok, did you struggle with your normal day-to-day obligations?
No.
And did you support another teammate when they needed you?
Yeah.
Oh,
Another one
the
XP for
struggle
you.
with day-to-day obligations. You do have your mum looking after one of your students.
It's true.
If you
I
want to go for
I
that.
accept this. I accept this. I accept
Okay.
this argument.
You
I
have
thought
to-
about it and I was like, well, mom knows the nose, but
Mhm.
You definitely rushed it for her sake, though. I think so. We'll say you struggled a little bit.
okay.
Cool. That's 2 XP for you. All right, let's do a quick round of wishes. We start with wishes so we can end with stars. Wishes from our first full session. Who has wishes?
I do. I want to follow up on what's up with General Ryan.
What's up with, I'm sorry, with who?
Is it General Ryan? Was
Yeah.
the guy being shot at in the alley
General
in the
Ryan.
play-by-post? Because we got told he did something bad, and that's top of mind for Sammy. Of all the things that we've encountered, that's like, oh no. Minho is safe. General Ryan, possible bad guy, still out there.
It's true. It's true. Also, possibly not safe.
Possibly not safe.
Thank you, Mike. Jim or Jen, do either of you have any wishes?
I am curious about the possibility of like that the guys that kidnapped what's his name? Minho may now be so desperate that, whatever Morgan Le Fay there is gonna, flay the skin off of their whatever, flay the skin from their families or wherever it is she said, that they might come to us going, look, like they're in as much trouble as it feels like they're in as much trouble as Minho is, and that with, and Minho was their hope to get out of that trouble, or, and like certainly escalation is a possibility,
Mm-hmm.
but to have some kind of dialogue with them feels like it would be interesting, that's what I'm interested in.
Wondrous.
And also just keep introducing cousins for Stash is
Oh yes, more
yes,
cousins.
yeah.
The cousins have been good. It's true. Yep. Gosh, wishes. I don't know. I'm just happy to be here, fam.
Mm-hmm.
We're happy to have you here.
Yeah. No, I'm trying to
Well,
pull
do you
something
have
out.
any wishes for like what I should kick off with play by? Well, we have the play by post scene.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
where everything's rolling along pretty smoothly. I can't wait to actually meet my mom
Yes.
for the first time. That's definitely a wish. Um, Also, I need a refresh scene pretty bad.
Uh-huh.
And I gotta say, like one community service thing that has been on my mind previously in a different context is Magda is 100% in her local church choir.
That's awesome.
And she gets in good with the Blue Rinse Mafia that way.
Oh, that's great. Oh, choice. I love it.
Hmm.
That's
Hmm.
fantastic. Very cool. Excellent. You went last with wishes. You get to go first with stars. Do you have any stars from today's session? Any highlights? Any moments that you liked?
Uh, Stosh smart. Why is Stosh so smart? Clever guy. Man. Get you a gadgeteer for your superhero team. Do it.
Always pays
Uh,
off.
Always pays off. Love to see it. Very clutch. Also, I'm just gonna no. Shutting my mouth. Letting others go. That's it.
Jim, do you have any stars?
Um, it's delightful to play with Mike in this because in our Star Trek game, he knows where I'm going with this. He was a hyper competent Vulcan chief medical officer who had no doubts about anything, was always certain what the course of action was, and to see him playing this character who is everything that character was not, and in a delightful way, is just I'm enjoying that quite a bit. I whatever. It's a compare and contrast thing that may not mean
Still fun.
yeah, exactly. It may not mean too much to anybody who didn't play that other game, but it is a delight to play with someone who has that range and is unafraid to just go forward with it. And I loved straight up uh like I never thought of that. Like I never thought of testing my powers, of testing the limits of it. And to the extent that I mean, I think a thing we got today was that she doesn't really think of them as powers, right? Like it's just a thing she can do, as opposed
Mhm.
to being like powers in the way that, Magda and I are clearly thinking of of like superhero things you can do. And the development of that is, maybe fold a little bit of a wish into that, but looking forward to the development of that and our, how we all play off with each other with that. But that was super cool, Mike. I really love that. And Rich, this I'm enjoying this format immensely. I was very,
Awesome.
I was a little, I'm like, because I think I said at the beginning, kind of had a rough go sometimes of trying to do like play by post or play by email and stuff, but the
Hmm.
format for this has been just
Great.
delightful. So we're having a
Excellent.
great time.
Thank you. Mike, bring us home. Any last stars? I have a few stars that I wrote down, but I want you to go first.
Yeah, I have a couple. For Jim, putting the tracker in Rebar's helmet and then throwing it to Ripper, great move. Fantastic. I can't wait to see that payoff. I love the
Yes.
line, "You are so grounded," to Rebar as well. And then bringing that back around to grounding a person with ground powers is just that's mean. Um, I love the touch of having Stash refocus the team on the food as we were kind of spiraling a little bit in the restaurant. I love the visual of the map, and I love the scouting of the warehouse and all the tech bits and tapping away on your arm and having drones and all of that. Great.
Yes.
Um, Jen, I had "I'll see you soon" to Reba, like taunting somebody from across the street is such a power move, and I love to see that from Shinnok. I love the line, "I would totally lie to you, but just for fun."
Yeah,
Uh,
just a little residual
Such a scamp.
Chinookness.
Such
such
a
such
scamp.
such insight into the character, I feel. And I really love the moment of, breathe from the diagram, you're a crosswalk, you're a hero, you can do this. And then I tried to run with
Yes.
that. I love the detail of describing a comic panel. I remember actually teaching a group Sentinels of the Multiverse, not on the Open Hearth. This was a different group. And I was trying to teach to two new players, and I had two veteran players with me. And one of the veteran players said, just describe it like you would a movie. And I had to stop them and say, no, describe it like it's a comic book. Describe page turns, describe the splash, describe the like there is something very unique about the comics medium, and using that when you're describing the visualization is something that I don't typically see outside of like superhero RPGs. It's a technique that in theory you could use in any RPG, but it doesn't happen. And I'd love being able to do that. Um, so Jen, star for that. More of that. That's great.
Of course,
And
always.
yeah, I love the introduction of just like Magda has a bunch of theater friends. It's such a cool little detail.
Yes.
And I can't wait to read about them, I guess, in the Play by Post.
Yep.
And yeah, I also want to start the format. I love Play by Post. Um, I've been in quite a few that have fizzled out, some of which have been my responsibility, so I feel bad about that. But I've also been in quite a few that played for like 1 or 2 years that were fantastic. And I love just getting deep into the head of a character and really, like, I love just sitting down and thinking about what is this character going to do in this moment. And I love the juxtaposition of doing that and then coming back into a live session. I have a much better feeling of who Sammy is when I sit down at the table, as opposed to only playing with a character for sort of 7 to 10 hours over the course of several weeks. So it's
Excellent.
great. I'm loving it.
Awesome. I have a few quick stars. I love the description of Sammy's weird Ninja Turtle mask. That, that is hilarious. The phrase thirst for risk stuck with me. Uh, Thank you for the suggestion of rekindle for a refresh. That's awesome. Um, Jim's acting of eating, that was so good. That felt
I need a
real.
snack.
Yes, it was perfect. No notes. If you have the number of the X-Men, dot, 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 is X-Men, xmansionup.com. I really want that to exist. Crosswalk's demonstration of her powers was so neat when she pulled Shinnok through. That was even more neat. I love that. I had a note for Mags when she encouraged Sammy and the I got this. Love that. A trophy, best kisser in New York City. And I can't believe that you didn't break character, Mike, when Jim as Stosh asked if your character was bitten by a radioactive fire hydrant. I was already on mute, so my giggling was not heard by others, but there was a copious amount of giggles. That was great. But it just wow. It feels oh, goodness. It's very Spider Ham, and I love it. It's awesome. Really good session. Can't wait to get new play by post scenes up tomorrow. But for tonight, I'm going to go to sleep. Thank you all so much for playing and playing a little bit late so we could all gnaw. And look forward to 2 weeks from now when we'll have the full group together. So thanks all.
Absolutely.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Stay awesome.